Hi, I'm Halifax, and one of the organizers for King of '94 that takes place in Toronto. And what you're watching now is a secondary stream of our tournament that happened in September at Free Play Toronto. We had a primary stream that was on our Twitch, which had commentary the whole time, and we wanted to do have some other games recorded as part of the event. So we had a secondary stream set up. There was no commentary, so that's what you're watching now. I'll just add in a little bit of my voice over top of the games that you're watching. So the two players that you have up there, you have Stantonator, who's on the left of your screen, and Sellerholm, who's on the right. Stantonator will be the Vancouver Canucks. Sellerholm will be the Buffalo Sabres. And as you can see there, I don't know, it might be small on your screen, but Sellerholm, it's got the little Swedish flag on his t-shirt there. Those were some special t-shirts that were made for him and another a friend of his, Anders, that had traveled all the way from overseas. They were the first time we had ever had players from outside Canada and the United States. They both came from Sweden just to play in this tournament. So they came all the way to Toronto, and we were very excited to have them, and they both did pretty well in the tournament. So they are setting up their lines now. Sellerholm. I believe he brought his own sort of cheat sheet. We provided them. You can actually see Anders. He goes game name is Limp, and you can see him in the background there. They were there supporting each other when all their games were being played. Game just underway here as Sellerholm has it with Howard Chuck outside the line, moving it around to McGillney. McGillney slap shot, and that one just goes wide of the net. Floated on net there, McLean with the save. Now he has it with LaFontaine. Tried to go to the backhand, a little slide there, and another save by McLean to keep it out. There's Ronning with it, Ronning in over the line. Ronning tried the quick pass shot there, another shot there, and a good save by Fuhr. Gets the whistle. 1:30 here into the first period. Kind of wondered if, first tournament for Sellerholm, if he had any nerves or anything like that, or if it was completely fine for him. But right now, he seems like he's doing okay. He's had a few chances so far. And he has it now. Pass up to McGillney. McGillney in over the line. Shot, and that goes off McLean, as now Stantonator comes back with Bure. Bure tried to get through there, and he had it stripped from him. 2:20 here to go in the first period. No score. Sabres. McGillney now. He is dynamite with the puck. And so is this guy too, Bure. This is actually a pretty good matchup. And Buffalo's got a little bit of an edge with with McGillney in there, but the Canucks are certainly pretty got a lot of speed up front between Ronning and Bure. And sometimes if you put Courtnall in too, but I'm not sure if he had put Linden on the other wing, but I guess we'll find out here shortly when I see the other player. Oh, we're going to have a penalty here. Pat LaFontaine. Pat LaFontaine knocked himself out, running into the goalie. That might just be an injury. It might not be a penalty at all. Nope, that's exactly what happened there. So, no power play. 30 seconds to go here in the first period. Here's Sellerholm with the pass across there. The one-timer, easy save for McLean. 15 seconds left in the first. Maybe one more chance for the Canucks there. If they can get a shot off, and they do, but it is late. So as I was mentioning, we saw this a lot throughout the tournament. Whenever Limpin or Sellerholm had a chance to watch each other play, they were there in each other's corners supporting each other, which was really nice to see too. And it was awesome to have them there. Super, super nice people. There's Sellerholm with it. Tries to get over the line there. Now Stantonator has it with Bure. Comes in, cuts across. Nice save there by Fuhr. Stantonator traveled in from British Columbia. Traveled more than halfway across the country to play in the tournament. And he's played in quite a few tournaments. He's good on both systems. I think Super Nintendo is probably the one he prefers most, but he plays just as well on Sega. So no score so far here in this round robin game. Now these two players were in separate groups, and what happened was just before the tournament started, there was a couple of guys that were unable to show last minute. So what we had to do is we had to do a Group F and Group G had one crossover game, and that's what this one is. So they were in separate groups, but because they didn't have that extra person to play in their group, we just did a crossover game. We didn't want to have anybody playing the same person twice, so we like to try and mix it up for the round robin so that doesn't happen, and it makes it more fun when you get to play more people. Still no score here in this round robin game between Buffalo and Vancouver. Sellerholm tried to get across there, and Canucks are going to take a penalty. Sorry, the Sabres are going to take a penalty. It looked like Vancouver picked it up there, and that's when the whistle went. I should say, too, that I'm watching a recording, and it doesn't have any audio. So you'll probably hear it on your screen. I can't hear it on mine. I can only watch the video. 4-on-4 anyways for the next little bit. Lots of open ice. Ronning loses it there over the line. Now Howard picks it up. Pass into LaFontaine. Oh, it was there for. I don't know if that hit the defenseman or what happened there, but it stayed out. Still 0-0. Here's Grant Ledyard chugging his way in. Tried to one-timer, and that was intercepted. Now, Linden tried to go backhand there. And good save by Fuhr. Still no score between these two teams. And you think there would be a lot of goals with the offense that both these teams have. Oh, another good save there by Fuhr. Sellerholm has it with Howard and a slap shot. And whoa, how did that not go in? We are getting a change here at the whistle. I think he wanted to make sure that Bure was out there on the penalty kill. That's exactly what that change was for there. So he has Bure at center. Here's McGillney in on a breakaway. Oh, and a good save there as the pads were stacked again. Buffalo with another chance, and that one stayed out. Here is Vancouver and Santinator with it with Jyrki Lumi. Gets tripped up. Now the Sabres hit a breakaway for McGillney. Oh! I don't know how these are not going in. They look like they should be going in, and they don't. Oh, there it is. Bure finally gets one for Vancouver. Ronning and Kirk McLean, the goalie, pick up the assist. 1-0. And the way this game is going, maybe that ends up being the final score. There has been a lot of great saves from end to end. Here's Linden. There's a shot on net. Back to McGillney, looking to tie it. Couldn't get it through. He's tried a few slappers and some one-timers, but he's had a couple of great chances on the breakaway with McGillney. But still, McLean's got the goose egg showing for him. So here's Bure. Bure in, tries to go backhander, and Sellerholm read that nicely as he came across to stop that. Here's Gerald Didick, loses it. Now LaFontaine trying to make his way down. Stantinator gives him a nice cross check there and picks it back up with Bure, weaving his way in. Tried to go on the forehand, and that easy save there for Fuhr. Time winding down here. We only got a minute and a half. Can he tie this game up? Slap shot just side of the net by Ledyard. Breakaway for Bure. Another good save. These guys are making some great saves back and forth. Bure again. 50 seconds left. He really just wants to keep it in the end if he can. One-timer there to Jyrki Lumi. Not your one-timer specialist, and maybe that's not who he wanted to go to. But penalty coming up here. This is not good news for Sellerholm. He's going to be down. He needs to score shorthanded if he wants to extend some life for himself. Maybe put it to overtime. Here is Linden. Linden going forehand. Oh, wow. Another nice save by Fuhr. 10 seconds left. That should just about do it. Pardon me. And wow, a 1-0 score. That's a pretty rare sight that you see in these tournaments. Usually there's a lot of goals, but these guys, the goaltending, that was a goaltending clinic. So 1-0, a 1-0 win for Stantinator, who, like I said, came in from Vancouver. Has played in quite a few of these tournaments now, and this is Sellerholm's first tournament. You can see he's walking away there. He's got the number 82 on the back. I can't remember if that is for. There was something with that. I don't know if that's their birth year or had something to do with Marty Straka. One of the two. But anyways, they had those shirts made up before they came here, and it was donated by, I believe it was a video game company. I can't remember the name of it. It's on the front. If you have to happen to go back and are able to see it, but yeah, made some cool shirts for their trip over here. Over here. So the next game that's coming up here this is between Thrill House and Skyhawk. They are both local to Toronto area. Thrill House will be using the Buffalo Sabres, and Skyhawk will be using the Montreal Canadiens. And this is a Group F round robin game. Thrill House had some success back in, I believe it was 2019. He finished third in the tournament, which I sort of came out of nowhere, and finished third in that tournament. Did extremely well, and lost, I believe it was to King Raff in the semifinal, and but had a very long run in that tournament. So that was his best showing so far. So Skyhawk, he played in last year's tournament. I think he ended up being down in the mid or bottom tier groups. So most would probably say that in this particular game, Thrill House would be the favorite.
Hi, it's Zoma here. Yeah, I played Skyhawk last year. I found he got better like every game, but I think he ended up in the C tier bracket.
That's our puke bracket. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, Thrill House, one of the best dekers I've ever played against. He completely destroyed me with dekes in 2019. So we'll see how this turns out. I think Thrill House, definitely the favorite.
And Smod is our voice of God. I assume we can't see you on the screen. I actually can't see the feed right now, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Just your lovely voice.
You, I wouldn't be just doing much on the screen, so.
Smaz is our technical director too. He's the one that put all this together. He did the recording. He's got all the graphics that you see on the screen, everything like that. So thanks to him for doing that. And this game, well, it looked like it was about to get underway, and then something happened. They had to restart. So the gentleman in the background there with the Jets jersey, that is KG Man. I believe that is Skyhawk's cousin. So they have, there's actually 3 or 4 of them that are pretty good at the Sega Genesis version. Only 2 of the cousins were at this tournament. 3 of them were there last year. I know that one of them had come to the very first tournament. So it's like there's a clan of a family of them that all love playing the Sega Genesis version, and several of them have attended the tournaments over the years. So KG Man, he won the tournament in the first one, first place, and that was back in 2015. And since then, I believe his highest he missed a few, and then he's recently come back in the last couple of years. He's attended a couple of them, and 2 or 3 of them, and he's made it as high as 4th. So still always a threat no matter what when he's playing. So as I mentioned, Thrill House will be the Buffalo Sabres. Skyhawk will be the Montreal Canadiens. And this is a Group F round robin game. This was done at Free Play Toronto, which is a nice arcade bar right downtown. Actually, a lot of guys love being there. Now, you can see with all of the Basically, whenever they had free time, all the guys were jumping on the arcade systems and just playing whatever game was their favorite game. They had a lot of the popular ones too. So a lot of hockey games and some fighting games as well. So, oh, and there I just walked by in the background. So I'm on the screen twice. Me and the ghost of me. Scribe 99 as well in the background with the black bag that's over his shoulder. He was a finalist last year in the Sega Genesis tournament, and he lost to AJ, I believe, in 4 games. I think it was 3 games to 1. So he came in from Minnesota. Making their lineup changes here. McGinley's going to go to center. No surprise there. We've got Howardchuk on left wing, LaFontaine on right wing. I'm not sure if they're going to make any other changes. Oh, he is taking out Bodger and putting in Schmelik. And then Montreal. Skyhawk is putting LeBeau in at center. Figured he's probably going to make a switch to Savard here. He's got Bellows selected. Yeah, Savard's going to go in on the right wing. And is he taking out Desjardins? Or is he just going to swap them with Schneider? Oh, he's putting Brisebois. You know, I always find Brisebois gets me in trouble anytime I use Montreal. He always gets penalties for me.
Find on Buffalo, Svoboda gets a ton of penalties. Brisebois' a 5-weight player, so good checker. That's why you put him in.
Well, there you go. There's guys that are smarter than me that have reasons for these things. So I just find he always gets penalties for me. Game's underway here, and look at that. There's a penalty right off the bat that is going to the Sabres. Who is it going to be? And there you go. Smozomo was just talking about him. Peter Svoboda is going to sit in the box for 2 minutes. So Skyhawk is going to have the power play here for the Montreal Canadiens. Breakaway there for McGillney. Tried to go in the short side. Good save by Waugh, but he's got it back again. Now Dom Foose has it. Down the side, and an easy pickoff there by the Sabres. Thrillhouse again, and the forehand. Gotta have one McGillney one more time. No, cannot get through. LeBeau with it. Tried to go forehand there, but lost control of the puck. Here's Thrillhouse again, and he does it that time on the breakaway. Makes it look easy. Again, Smozomo was just talking about how he's so good on those deeks. And he nailed it there. A shorthanded goal, 1-0 for the Sabres. Buffalo with it again. Here is McGillney. Slap shot, and that one, Waugh could not see that one. The screen out in front. And assist there from Sutton. I think that's Ken Sutton. Now, I'm not even sure on my names, but I think that's who that player was. That's not a typical player that you see on the ice, but obviously because of the penalty, he appears for the Sabres. Here is McGillney with it. Forehanded goal. Again, 3-0 now. And now he's just running riot over Skyhawk. 2:03 left here in the first period. And it is all Buffalo Sabres. Skyhawk wins it. He's got it with LeBeau. We're back to 5-on-5 now. And he lost it. Sabres back the other way. Here's LaFontaine. He's got a breakaway. Oh, good save there by Waugh. Savard with it. Skating out in over the blue line. Looking for some help there, but geez, it was all Sabres clogging up that middle zone. And they're back the other way. And there's a one-timer to McGillney, his 4th goal. And Skyhawk, he just throws his hand up to say, like, what am I supposed to do here? How do you stop McGillney? LaFontaine over to Howardchuk. He bounces it off the wall. And he has it back again. You almost saw that pass going out in front there. You could just see it going to. He just wants to feed McGillney. That's all he wants to do here. And why not? I mean, Give it to the hot hand. First period over. Oh, here's a story for you. So here's something obviously we know about. In the background there, you'll see a guy with the Kings jersey. That's New Jersey Killer. He must have brought about at least a half a dozen jerseys. So during the stream, or perhaps even in some other games on the secondary stream, you'll see him with a different jersey on. So something you want to keep an eye on if you're interested in, I'll call it Easter eggs. 4-0 the score here, though, in the second period with 4 minutes left, and it is 4-0 the score. Skyhawking around with Savard, passing out there, just a one-timer, easily saved by Fuhr, and the Sabres pick it back up. Dumped all the way down the ice. Good play by Buffaloes. They pick it up first. Here's LaFontaine. You know he's just waiting to find McGillney here. I don't even think he wants to try and shoot it. No, he's still skating around. He's just waiting. There it is. He was trying to go to McGillney, but that pass went to the defenseman there. So Skyhawk trying to make his way through there. Couldn't get through. Now Svoboda has it. Passes it down to Howardchuk. Cutting across. And good save there by Watt. Keep it a 4-0 game. Not out of it yet for Skok. He needs to get something going, even just one goal to get him started. Decides to hold on there, take the face off. He is shaking his head, though. Things aren't going his way. Not liking what he's seeing. Thrillhouse, again, just skating around. It's like there's one game plan for him. It's just to find McGillney. You can just see watching it while he's skating around with it. That's who he wants to get it to. Schmellick's going to take a penalty and sit in the box for a couple minutes. The Habs are on the power play. Valfus with it. There's a one-timer, and that looked like a double shot there. I think it was, because there's no assist given. Savard cleans up his own garbage and finally gets the Habs on the board. Oh, there's another one that floats in from the side. Desjardins just threw it on net, and it managed to find its way through Fuhr. Even Thrillhouse was scratching his head on that one. It's like, how did that one go in? Hey, sometimes it happens. 28 seconds left in the second period, in a whole different game here, as Montreal has dominated this period. Closing the gap to 2, heading into the third. Both ready to go, no changes to be made. 5 minutes left here in the third, and this is a Group F game between these two. Schmellick puts it up to McGillney. Over to LaFontaine. Going to skate around the net. Where's McGillney at? No, he's going to shoot it. Just shot it wide. Here's Howardchuk with it. Howardchuk goes right to the net. Wow. He cut right to the net and scored 5-2. 3-goal lead now for Thrillhouse. With McGillney, the slap shot. It had the screen there. It just went wide of the net, though. Brisebois. And now Howardchuk. Breakaway. And Skyhawk read that pretty easily. He just moved Wall over to make the save. I'm not sure if he was trying to pass it there or go short side, but it didn't work for him. Now the Sabres have it. Here is Svoboda. Svoboda cutting to the net. Saved by Waugh. They pick it back up again. Goes around in the corner and around the net. And the Habs are back the other way. Here's Savard. And it tries to go forehand. And a good save there by Fuhr. LaFontaine lost control of it. Montreal. Only with 2 minutes left here in the third period. And they need to get one quick if they want to have any chance of making this a close game. Here is LeBeau. Moving around. Still skating with it. He finally gets tied up and loses it there. Now the Sabres are back. Here's McGillney. A slap shot coming. Good save by Waugh. 2 saves by Waugh there. 50 seconds to go, and you have to think that Thrillhouse probably has this game wrapped up. Maybe another goal for McGillney. Moving around and tried to go short side. Good save by Waugh. 15 seconds left there. There's a shot. That hit off the crossbar. How did that not go in the first time? Even Skyhock's kind of smiling because he can't believe it. But you know what? He got the rebound, and after a couple of swipes at it, he finally gets it. Of course, McGillney comes back the other way to get his 5th goal of the game. Obviously, they're just packing up the controllers here. What an interesting last few seconds to that game. 6-3 victory for Thrill House. Much kind of like what we expected. We figured that he would probably win this game based on historical performance, and he did. And Skyhawk takes the loss there, losing down by 3 goals. Now, I should say, too, that some people may say, well, you know, he scored one late there. Is that the right thing to do? But this tournament, actually, there is goals for and goals against matter, especially for tiebreakers. So we just say, like, play to the end. I mean, if you're down by 4 or 5 near the end, you got to keep playing and try and score a goal, cut your goal differential, and vice versa. If you're up by 4 or 5, well, you keep playing to score more. So that's how these tournaments work. Now in the playoffs, once you're up by 6 goals, it is a mercy rule, and that's it. This particular tournament here, we said, well, if you want to stop the game after 6 in the round robin, you can, or you can keep playing. But the most that we would do for a differential was 6 goals. So final score ended up being, we'll just say 9-1. We would make it 7-1. So we would take the the losing team score and then just add 6 goals. We do that because we don't want any particular groups that may have experienced a lopsided player. You know, if they were maybe particularly weak in that group and everybody was scoring a lot of goals in them. It's not fair to the other groups that happens. So we would try and reduce that from happening and affecting essentially seeding, because seeding is very important if people want home advantage. Next game coming up here, also Group F, and you're also seeing a face that you just saw a short time ago. That is Stanton here, that is on the right, and McMarcus, who is also from the Toronto area, on the left. This is going to be a Toronto and Quebec matchup. McMarcus is using the Leafs, his hometown Leafs, and Stantonator is using the Quebec Nordiques. One thing you should need. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Smaz.
Are both these guys Super Nintendo main players?
McMarcus definitely is, but he's actually really good at both systems. He's kind of like Stantonator. I think there's primary Super Nintendo players first, but they seem to have picked up Genesis really well and are extremely competitive in both. So
yeah, I played Marcus the night before the tournament, and he actually beat me. So yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, he's an extremely good Super Nintendo player, but I think he does really well on the Genesis side. And I like to think that I'm competitive on the Super Nintendo side, but when it comes to Sega, I am not competitive at all. But it's fun to play. I like playing both. Versions of it.
So Kovalenko goes in. He weighs 3 in this, so it's like 164 pounds. The lightest player in the game, so he's good for checking. That's why he gets put in. He's not good at much else though.
And where we have Anderson, Borshevsky. Obviously, you got to leave Gilmore in. And will he change his defense? No. Looks like he's going to leave Dave Ellett and McCowan. And they fist bump to say, hey, good luck. That's the nice thing about this tournament, too, is that If you're watching it, like everybody is super chill. Like they just enjoy it. Everybody's friends. I mean, obviously they compete to win no matter what, but it's a lot. It's a very chill environment, which I love. That's one of my favorite parts about it. Playing the game with some cool people. All right, so here we are underway. McMarcus has it and lost it there. Sometimes with these teams, they look so familiar, like they so look so close together. But Leafs are the blue team, and they are on the board first. Gilmore scores from Borshevsky, and Felix Potvin gets an assist on that goal. McMarcus is up 1-0. He has it again with Gilmore. Behind the net, it's across to Borshevsky. Loses it there. And now Lecision dumps it all the way down. That was a missed pass, but it doesn't matter. He checked him from behind so that he can get the puck back. McMarcus has it with Gilmore. Gilmore moving around, trying to weave his way through. The slap shot sails high and wide over the glass. I think we had about 12, if I'm not mistaken, I think we had 12 setups for this tournament. So there were obviously times where guys had break. That's why you see breaks. That's why you guys see guys in the background not playing and waiting to play. We had about two or three systems for each group, depending on how things went. So 2-0 the score here. As you just saw there, the Leafs picked up another one. McMarcus has it again, looking for more. He's got it with Gilmore. And behind the net, and the backhander, that one goes in 3-0, the hat trick for the killer. Timeout coming here? You bet. Timeout from Quebec. Whether the timeout actually works at stopping momentum, we don't know. But I think a lot of people like to use it just as a mental break in the game. So, but physically, we don't think it does anything for the players to stop them or prevent them from scoring another goal. Slowing them down, I should say. Just about 40 seconds left here in the first period. 3-0 the score for the Leafs. And now Stantonheader has it with Ricci. Trying to cut through the net, and he tried to go backhand there. Good save by Potvin. Dumped back down the ice. Quebec will pick it up, clear it out, and that will do it for the first period. Stantonator has his drink, takes a swig, ready for period number 2. Trying to reset his brain here. Now see if he can get Quebec on the board. Marcus tried for the EA special there, and Toronto is going to take a penalty as an end result of all of that. Glenn Anderson is going to sit in the box for 2 minutes. Here is Stantonator with the Nordiques on the power play. Now the Leafs have, and they just dump it in, throw it in around the boards. Who's going to pick it up first? Quebec Nordiques do. And they throw it back down the ice. That wasn't intended, so it ends up as an icing. And now we have a face-off just to the left of Hextall. Stantonator wins the draw. He's got it now with Kovalenko. Kovalenko gets knocked down. Ricci picks it back up. And the one-timer there, good save by Felix Potvin. Power play, 40 seconds left, but the Leafs have control of it right now. Now the Nordiques. Sakic with it. I wonder why he opted to take out Sundin. I know the Chaos really raves about Sundin with the Nordiques in this game, but obviously he's not playing in this game.
So I noticed Kovalenko was actually blocking Sakic from entering the zone. He's a bit of a brain-dead player, but like I said, he's really light. So he can check well.
And that's why you would put him in over Sundin.
Well, Nolan is the guy you wouldn't really want. I'm not sure why you'd have Nolan on here instead of Sundin. Because Sundin and Sakic are pretty equivalent.
He doesn't have, he's got Ricci on.
Oh, Ricci, that's even worse. I don't know what
he's doing. He's got Ricci there at 9.
Ricci almost scored himself right there.
Oh. Yeah, Ricci, Sakic, and Kovalenko. That was his lineup. Maybe that's his Super Nintendo lineup and he likes that. I don't know. Who knows? Not much time left here in the second period. Takes control of the goalie there. Stops the Leafs from getting a fourth one. And that is the end of that. 3-0 still the score. So no goals that period. McMarcus holding on to the 3-0 lead. And this is where Stantinator realizes, okay, I got to do something else because this is not working for me. So Sakic is going on the left wing. Sundin is in the game now. And you're right, he took out Ricci, which you said, Smoz, he probably shouldn't have had in there to begin with.
Yeah, he's, I guess by rating, he's the third best player on the team, but in terms of actual utility, probably sixth.
Penalty coming up here against Quebec, Steve Duchesne. Gonna sit in the box for a couple minutes. You know what? Every time I think of Steve Duchesne, I always think of him as an LA Kings player, not so much a Quebec Nordiques player. I don't know why that is, but I know that he played on the Kings for a little while. I can't remember if that was during when Gretzky was on the team or not. Anyways, the Quebec Nordiques have it now, and that's Sundin with it. Tried to go forehand there, lost control of it. Stantinator is doing whatever he can now. He's shorthanded, but he needs goals, so he has to go on the attack. McMarcus with Gilmore. Gilmore passed back to the point, and that one sailed way out of the crowd. Pretty hard to score from the point in this game. Doesn't happen very often. Extall comes out to play it, and now Stantinator comes back the other way. Back into the Leafs zone as Gilmore has it. Gilmore just throws it on the net there, and it ends up working for him. Brzezinski charged to the net, picked up some garbage, and scores to make it 4-0. And that might do it here for this game. 4 goals. The way McMarcus is playing, I'm not sure if Stantinator is going to be able to come back in this game. Leafs looking for more. The backhander, that just missed. Here's Quebec the other way. Even if he could break the shutout, I'm sure he would like that. And that's probably really what he's trying to do at this point. Just anything to get on the board. Anderson cuts to the net, gets dumped from behind. Now another penalty coming up. Doug Gilmore gonna sit in the box for the rest of the game. Unless Quebec can score. Pass out in front. That gets cut off. 26. Is that Krushelnyski?
Yeah.
Yeah. Krushelnyski.
Or Krushelski, as he spelled in 94, because he only got 10 or 11 characters.
Wonder what he thinks about that. Well, it was Krushelski that got walked around as Sakic blew by him and scored with 22 seconds left here to break the shutout for Felix Potvin. Oh, and I think we're going to get a penalty shot here. We are. And can he go? He's circling, trying to figure out a way in. Ah! Ran out of time. I'm sure he would have liked the second goal there. He's got it with Sundin. Just a few seconds left, maybe one more chance, and he does get one right at the end of the period. Just bounced between the two of them. That is going to do it for this Group F game in the round robin.